Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 10 o'clock Amazon Business Prime Program webinar. I'm joined by Tessa Sullivan from Amazon and also Brian Smith. We've been promoting this for a couple weeks now regarding the relationship between WCA and Amazon. And you're going to have the opportunity today to hear about the benefits. That's no cost to you, the county, if you decide to enroll, and also hear about some of the special pricing that Amazon is offering. Yesterday, we had a kind of a early run-in of all of this, and we had a couple of counties sign up already. So hopefully, it looks like we're over 100 people attending today. Feel free to use the chat or raise your hand if you have any questions. Tessa or Brian are happy to answer any of those. But if Brian is on, I will go ahead and turn it over to him.
Excellent. Michael, Tessa, can you just give me a thumbs up? You guys can hear me okay? Wonderful. All right. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for being here this morning as members of Wisconsin Counties Association. We're going to talk about something that many on this call have asked me about one-on-one repeatedly for the past couple of weeks. So I'm excited to have the final details here to share with the team. So we're going to talk today about the Amazon Business Prime program specific to the members of WCA. Would first love to introduce you to the faces on the team. Our goal is actually to be adding one more member to this team to help support our Wisconsin customers. But as of today, you'll have access to myself, Dahi Park, as well as Tessa, who we see on the call today. We are all senior account executives and account executives within the Amazon Business Public Sector State and Local team designed to support Wisconsin counties. Can we hit the next slide, please? Here's an agenda for today. My goal is to not do too much talking. I really want to make sure we get to the heart of the matter quickly and provide an opportunity to answer any questions that folks on the call may have. But to start, I'm going to zoom out, give everyone the 30,000-foot view on why Amazon Business. Just want to make sure we level set and everyone has the same fundamental understanding of what you have access to in general. And then we'll dive deeper into what everyone's here for, those program benefits, and more importantly, how the heck do we join? And from there, we'll move to the Q&A. Next slide, please. Wonderful. So the first question is, who's eligible? The easy and exciting answer is everyone on this call, right? This is open to all WCA member counties and their departments. So everyone will have the opportunity to realize the benefits of this program. So thank you again for your attendance and your participation with WCA. I can tell you I've been with Amazon for 5 years, and I've not seen a program like this in my 5 years here. So this is revolutionary and some serious value add for our participants here today. So if we can move on to the next slide, we'll talk a little bit about why Amazon Business. So the short answer is it's everything you love about Amazon at home, but for business. Now, what exactly does that mean, the for business part? If we could hit the next slide, please. We're going to talk about a few different pillars briefly here. First one's savings, right? Everybody loves saving money, especially when it's our constituents' dollars. What some folks may not realize is that the Amazon Business Marketplace is actually separate from Amazon.com. Everything that exists on Amazon.com is available within Amazon Business, but everything's going to be equal to or less expensive than its counterpart on the consumer site. So there is a level of business savings you receive just by having an account. When it comes to the selection, you're also looking at a larger selection. We have thousands more suppliers on Amazon Business that are more interested in a commercial B2B style relationship, which leads to tens of thousands more products that you won't even see on Amazon.com. So if you have requisitioners, buyers that are searching for something, maybe they're searching on Google because they want to see the Amazon listing, they want to see listings from other suppliers. Amazon Business is not going to display there because it's only within the Amazon Business account, which you need to have a login to have access to. So those are two distinct benefits that there may be folks within your county today that they're not realizing because they're not a part of the account or you don't have one. So those are some really good points to think about as you construct your Amazon Business account or potentially make changes to it. Beyond that, we start to get into the benefits of the program with the free business prime, which is awesome, and then also tax exemption. So you have control at the top of the account to cascade down benefits like that business prime subscription, like tax exemption. So again, those are what we talk about when we say but for business. If we could hit the next slide, please. There's also going to be additional tools to help simplify the buying process to ensure that folks are staying within the desired guardrails. Folks can have as little or as much autonomy as you'd like them to within this account, and that could vary department by department. Beyond that, I hit on savings a little bit already, but you're also going to have the opportunity to have access to additional payment methods like invoicing if you don't want to put it onto a purchase card, and then the ability to support your community, right? So we understand Amazon is a marketplace, but we can actually curate that catalog to ensure that we are promoting local sellers and local products where possible. So those are all benefits that you'll have access to through the Amazon business account. If we could hit the next slide, please. One thing I did want to draw attention to just for a moment. I know many of the folks on this call that I work with already have a contract with Omnia in place, which allows them to drive compliance through some of their Amazon spend. If you are unfamiliar with Omnia, I believe a copy of this conversation will go out. There is a link to their contract documents. So if you are a member of the purchasing cooperative and didn't realize that you could actually apply that to your Amazon account, I'd encourage you to talk to me or your account executive about that. If you have further questions about Omnia in general, I would recommend contacting them, or you can reach out to us to help facilitate that connection. If we could hit the next slide. That was a little bit of a 30,000 foot view, just to again level set. Now we're going to start to talk about the fun stuff, the program benefits, right? So if we could hit the next slide, please. The big one's free business prime. That's what everyone's been asking me about. And this applies to the medium and enterprise plans. So that's for the up to 100 users and the unlimited plan. So we really have an opportunity here to have a more strategic conversation around what we want procurement to look like for your county, right? We don't need to kind of tiptoe around, well, hey, I'd like to do it this way, but that's going to put me into a tier of business prime that I'm not comfortable paying for at this point in time. We get to remove all of that, all of those restrictions off of the table and really just have a conversation about, hey, what do we want our buying experience to be like for our employees? How do we align with the KPIs required of procurement, as well as the mission and vision of the county? But that's not all, right? So beyond the business prime, we also are going to have, for those that don't already have an invoicing account in place, you're going to get access to a $10,000 line of credit. Once you opt into the program, I believe there may be a few days delay in just getting that spun up for you, but that's something that will automatically be created if you'd like it to be. If you have questions around the credit line dollar amount, if we feel like we need something larger than that, then please do just reach out to me and we can talk through what we want it to look like. And I can go through our internal processes to see what's possible and make sure we have it right sized for you. And then beyond that, I talked a little bit initially about the discounts you receive just by having an Amazon business account versus consumer. There are additional discounts that you're going to be receiving through this unique pricing program. It looks like we're going to have 25% plus off thousands of products across the office, IT, MRO, maintenance, repair operations, and janitorial categories. So this is pricing that is going to be unique to your account as a WCA member, right? So if you could be hanging out with a friend that has an Amazon business account for another organization, you will have different pricing than them on some of these options, or excuse me, on some of these products. And then obviously the ability to cascade down that tax exemption, as well as access to me or another Brian as your dedicated account executive. So that's the high level on the benefits of the program. If we could hit the next slide, please. Diving a little bit deeper into Business Prime. On the right is what you should see once you've opted into the program, which I promise we will show you how to do here in a few minutes. But that $0, that's what's really, that's what's going to get us going here, right? And that's going to give you that free expedited 2-day delivery. Beyond that, there are additional benefits. If you think about your Prime subscription that you may have at home, you may be thinking about benefits like Amazon Music, Prime Video, right? Now, those are not a part of the Amazon Business Prime subscription, but you do receive additional ancillary benefits to go along with the free expedited shipping. Two of the big ones that many of our customers will use are spend visibility and guided buying. So spend visibility, even without Prime, you're going to have access to reporting, right? And it's going to be in a table. Looks like it's in Excel, so you can actually export it into Excel. Great way to look at the nuts and bolts of the activity on the account. But what you're going to get access to with Prime are AWS, Amazon Web Services level dashboards. So we could decide, hey, what's important to our leadership team within the county? And you could actually build dashboards that they have access to come in and just very quickly understand what's going on as far as the county's Amazon footprint. What are the KPIs we care about? It may vary from county to county, and you'll have the ability to actually construct those. With guided buying, it's basically how it sounds. It's the ability to guide your buyers. I alluded to the fact earlier that promoting local suppliers may be important to you. You actually have the ability to go in and say, hey, I want to promote local options where possible, right? And so what that means is when your requisitioners going through the typical Amazon experience, they get to the website and they search for a keyboard or whatever widget they need at the top, and they hit search. Well, now along with all the results that they normally would see, any local options will now be at the top of their listings with an organization preferred option and any custom messaging that you would like to uniquely communicate to your buyers, right? So that's an example of how you could use this guided buying tool to start curating and driving your buyers to the things that you want them to at least take a look at before making their buying decision. Could we have the next slide, please? We talked about that additional pricing program. That's going to be across your office, MRO, IT, and I believe there's also some janitorial supplies that are going to be there as well. The next slide, we took a couple snapshots of products just so you could get a feel for it. The thing I would like to draw your attention to on here is look at the brands: Scotch, Bic, Charmin, Sharpie, Duracell. This isn't just Amazon basics, right? It's not just Amazon's generic brands. When we built this, we thought about what are local government customers buying, what's valuable to them. And that's what we wanted to focus on to build out this program. Now I also want to show you what it looks like to actually realize the savings. If we could hop to the next slide, please. If you've shopped on Amazon before, this product page should look somewhat familiar. Images on the left, and then your product information on the right. What I want to draw your attention to for the purpose of this example is the pricing. So you'll notice there's a list price of $121.99. You'll notice that struck through, and underneath of that is actually a curated catalog price of $97.34. And then underneath of that, you'll see you saved $24.65 or 20%, right? So that struck through pricing, the curated catalog price, and the you save are going to be demonstrative to your buyer of items that are within this program. Now, we may decide to use that guided buying solution to promote these products, but even if we didn't, if someone was searching for toner cartridges, they would see this in their search results and on the product page to understand that they're getting better pricing here and how much better and why. That's all available here. So on this page, this item was 20%. If we could scroll to the next slide, we're going to look at a mouse, and you'll notice that on this one, there's a 32% savings, right? And then we'll do one more for safety glasses, and you'll notice we have a 23% savings here. So it's not a consistent 25% peanut butter spread across all the items in the program. It is going to vary, but I believe that is the average when we did the calculation for all the items within the program. So Business Prime at no cost, regardless of number of users. I know we have some customers on here that are right at 99, 100 users because they didn't want to bump into that enterprise plan. We now have the ability to make the changes that we've talked about in the past or that you may have talked about internally and not bump into any additional costs, right? We're going to have access to the additional tools that go along with Business Prime. We're going to have access to the pricing program. So these are all very exciting things that you're going to have access to. And I'm looking forward to talking with many of you one-on-one once we've got you opted in, and we can talk about how we best realize all of these savings. Next up, we're going to start talking about how we actually enroll. Now, before I hand it over to Tessa to do this, do we have Samantha Fensky on the line with Marathon County?
We do, Brian, and I just promoted her to panelist. Samantha, if you'll accept that invite, there you go. All right.
Excellent. Samantha, thank you for hanging out with us yesterday to do a little bit of an early bird opt-in. And thank you for taking a couple moments to hop on with us today. For those that don't know, Sam is the finance director for Marathon County and went through this process yesterday. So I asked her if she'd be willing to hop on just for a couple moments and share how easy the process was.
Yeah, absolutely. Whole process from start to finish took about a minute, and 30 seconds of it was remembering what my password was. So, um, really, really quick. Had no disruption on our current service that we have with Amazon. It's enhanced our pricing. I went through and just checked a couple of orders, and I do have better pricing today than when I ordered it a couple of weeks ago.
Awesome. Sam, thank you so much for hopping on
Yeah.
just to share that. Uh, with that, without further ado, we'll turn it over to Tessa so we can get everyone else on this call signed up. So, Tessa, take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you, Sam, for sharing your feedback. That was great. Yesterday, it was so easy just watching you activate the benefits, and we're going to do that for everyone here. So everyone, please be prepared with your account email address and passcode. That really is the hardest part of this entire process. Having the log of your passcodes is the most difficult thing. So just be prepared for that. But besides that, like Sam said, it's super simple, and I'm going to give you the steps now. I did just share it to everyone in the chat, so please watch while I share with you this link. And Anne Marie, if you don't mind hitting the next slide. So this we call this upgrading your account. You're going to receive these benefits that Brian went through in detail. Thank you, Brian, with free Prime available to you automatically and immediately on your account. And you can do this right away. Nothing on your account will be changed or impacted. You will be upgraded to receiving these benefits immediately on your account. So it's a very, very simple process. It does take about 1 minute, and it's two steps, which we're reviewing now. So the first step is to click on this link. This is the link to access the benefits. I provided it to everyone in the chat. So please click on the link. You must be the account administrator. You only need to do this once. Um, and this will apply for multiple years, and only one person on the account needs to follow these steps. So as the account administrator, please select this link, log into your Amazon business account. So you'll click on the link, you'll select the second option. It says join with my existing Amazon business account. If you are a county or a department within a county that does not have an Amazon business account, you can also create an Amazon business account through this link as well. However, most of you within Wisconsin do have an Amazon business account. So for the purposes of this demonstration, select the second option, join with my existing business account, log in with your, go ahead,
Oh, sorry.
Michael.
So we've got over 150 people on this call today, and in the Q&A, there's a number of questions about on the slide that Brian showed earlier. It's saying that it was $0 for the first year. Do you want to
Yes.
address, do you want to address that a little bit so people are more comfortable with it?
Yes, absolutely. And I do
Yeah.
also have that in my Q&A. So we are prepared for this question. Right now, these benefits are available automatically for 2 years. And then year three, we are already preparing to offer this for year three, but we will be working with WCA to roll this out 3 years from now, to continue offering this for free. The reason why you see 1 year free on your account is just because we've never done this before. Besides, these some other states within county associations, but Amazon Business as a global business doesn't extend Prime for year after year after year at scale. So our tech team has not updated the wording. That's just something where it just is a limitation on our end with the wording. But we have an agreement with WCA to offer this to you for multiple years. And so we will renew this on the back end of your account without you needing to touch anything for free next year. And we anticipate that for year 3. However, if anything changes, is if Amazon, if Brian and I do a terrible job and, nobody wants to work with us again, which we don't anticipate happening, but if it were to happen, you can always remove yourself from Prime without impacting your account. But our goal is to continue to offer this for you 3 years from now. But there is nothing you need to do on your end. We will renew this next year for free. So I'll continue to pause here. Please click on the link, log into your account and enter the code. And then I do have some commonly asked questions to go over that in more detail as well. I think it would be great if we do open up questions in a few minutes as well to make sure, any additional details to that response is covered so you feel the most comfortable. Okay, we can go to the next slide, Anne Marie. Once you have clicked on the link, logged into your account, and entered the code, you do have to activate Prime for free. So if you aren't automatically brought to this page, you can click on Business Prime and you'll see that all plans are offered at $0. Correction, I should say the small, medium, and enterprise plan are offered at $0. These are our largest plans, but beware, don't activate one of the basic plans that is a charge. So just keep in mind to activate these $0 plans. And we encourage you to add as many staff and people within your organization and department that do need to purchase. So this is why all plans are opened to you. The difference in these plans are really the number of people for each account. So think through, now that you have the most people available, unlimited amount of people per account on your account, please work with your account executive to make this available to everyone. And if you are already a Business Prime member, you will need to switch your plan from a plan that you are in to one of the $0 plans, into one of the plans for $0. And we'll go through that in one of the question and answers too. I see a lot of questions in the chat, so we're going to get through this, go through the the predetermined Q&A, and then we'll go through the chat. Does that sound good? So you can go to the next slide, Anne Marie. Just to reiterate for everyone on the call, this is 2 steps. First, you click on the link, you log into your account, and you enter the code. You now have access to all of the benefits available through WCA. And then you're going to activate Prime. Prime is only a benefit that you need to take a step on. Everything else will come within 7 business days. All right, let's go through some commonly asked questions, and then we'll go through the chat. So this is available to all member counties and departments within Wisconsin County Association. You must opt into this program. You don't automatically receive this, even though you're a member. So please click on the link, log into your account, enter the code. You then have access to unlock Prime at $0 for unlimited amount of members on your account. Next question, please. Now, Amazon has a lot of logos and it can become confusing. So look, when you're on your account, look on the top left corner of your account to know what type of account you're in. If you're in an Amazon.com, we call this a retail account, you'll see Amazon without any mention of business. So that means you don't have a business account. You're in what we call a retail account. If you're in an Amazon or Amazon Prime, when you click on the link, you will need to create an Amazon business account so you can join the program. So keep that in mind. If the top left corner of your screen says Amazon Business or Business Prime, you are in an Amazon Business account. Great news. Amazon Business means you don't have Prime, so now you can activate it for free. Business Prime means you already are a paying member of Prime. You now can have Prime for free and be reimbursed at a prorated amount through WCA. Okay. And I have demo videos on everything that we'll be sharing with everyone in case there is confusion on these different enrollments. And I see more questions in the chat, so we're going to continue going through these, and then we'll go through the questions. If you are a paying member of Prime already, or if you have Prime activated already, when you enroll in this program, our Prime cost at $0 will wait for your renewal to be $0. It will not know to automatically refund you until you switch into a different plan. That will trigger our system to send you money back. So you will have to go to your Prime benefit, manage your membership, and switch into a new plan for free in order for us to be triggered to refund you. If this is something that, is too confusing or you're not comfortable with, please feel free to reach out to me, and I can also do it on the back end. That just might take about 5 to 7 business days to apply to your payment method. So try this first, but if you're unable to do that, reach out to me and I'm happy to do that on your behalf. Next slide. I think we have one more. Okay. Now, when you go through this process, it does say that Prime is only available for 1 year. Keep in mind, this is guaranteed for 2 years, and we're already working on year 3 together through WCA and Amazon Business Prime. We don't have the capability to update our wording right now for multiple years. That's a global Amazon Prime change. That's just not, we don't move fast enough for that right now. But good news is that you don't need to do anything on your account. Next year, we will automatically renew your Prime subscription at $0 without you needing to touch anything. And then we'll continue to work with WCA to offer these to you in 3 years from now and more. If anything happens, if we lose your trust, if nobody likes Amazon tomorrow or in the future, you can always remove Prime and not be charged. It will also not impact your actual Amazon business account. Of course, that's not our intention, but just rest assured that you have the option to do that. And last question, Anne Marie. It does ask for a payment method in order to activate the Prime at $0. Now, keep in mind, this is also just one of those situations where Prime it's a subscription model. So you need to follow certain steps for our system to activate Prime. One of those includes adding a payment method. It's still $0. So you can either pay with a credit card or you can pay with invoice. Either way, you'll be charged $0. It's just needed to activate Prime for the fast and free shipping. Now, if you don't have a credit card for your department or your county and you don't have invoicing set up yet, we will automatically provide your line of credit to you without any background check as part of WCA, and that'll be available in 7 business days. So you can, after clicking on the link and entering the code, within 7 business days, you'll receive a line of credit if you don't already have one. And then you can go back to Prime and use pay by invoice to pay the $0, finish the subscription process to activate Prime for free. Okay, so that is it. We covered a lot. Last slide, Anne Marie, if you don't mind, it's just going to keep us here. Let's go through some of these questions. And I don't know if Mark or Michael, you want to, if there's a common theme that you've noticed, or if you want to share any insight before we dive into the questions.
Yeah, thanks, Tessa. I think you answered a lot of it because a lot of the questions are around, what's the membership charge after 1 year? What happens, I guess the common theme is kind of it's only 1 year, what happens after the year? But I think you answered a lot of those questions. And the fact is that we look to renew it. It's good for 2 years. If for whatever reason Amazon did not renew the agreement, nothing changes with your Business Prime account. So you're getting the benefit of having it for free for 2 years. After that, WCA intends to continue this relationship with Amazon, and it should be known to the membership that's on the call today. This isn't just unique to Wisconsin. Amazon is working with county associations across the country. So it's a global partnership. While it's unique to Wisconsin today, we work with all the different county associations to bring some of these value adds to you. And I think it's that relationship that's even bigger than us that will keep Amazon in this relationship to offer this as a free membership. Some of the questions were surrounding what if I already paid for it? Again, Tessa, I think you answered that you'll be refunded on a prorated basis, which is just excellent. And as I discussed yesterday on the call, we are actively working with Amazon to bring you Prime Video and Prime Video without advertisements in years 3, 4, and 5.
Without advertisements. I would love that myself. That's just so funny. In years 3, 4, and 5. That was amazing. No, thank you, Michael. It's true, and this is the most common question. So thank you everyone for all of your participation in the chat. And I should honestly move up those commonly asked questions because really this is the biggest question. And right now it only says 1 year free. Now it looks like it could be an easy change, but unfortunately, within the greater world of Amazon, there's really a limitation to changing that word. But please rest assured, we will be continuing to offer this for you next year at $0, and we are already working to extend an offer to WCA for year 3. So I hope everybody feels comfortable with that. If there is more questions, please feel free to reach out to us. And if you are a Prime member, which I do see in the chat for some of you, you will receive a prorated refund, as Michael reiterated. So this is really an exciting opportunity for all of you to be on the right plan, like Brian was saying, and to offer everyone within your county, all people available to make requests to purchase the correct access to Amazon Business and better pricing at no cost.
Tessa, this is Mark. It looks like we got a couple of other questions here. Is there a time frame when people need to make this change or activate their accounts? I guess the answer is going to be as soon as you want to start saving money. Identify who your administrator is and the account holder in your county, or create an account and then activate. The sooner you want to start saving money, the sooner you should activate the account. Another question that came up, Tessa, is we have some counties that have a credit line in excess of $10,000. The question is, if they switch over, does the higher credit limit go with them, or do they fall back to the $10,000 credit limit? And then a follow-up question or an ancillary question, how do we increase our credit line? I think those are Brian questions. What's the answer to that, Brian?
Great. And just to answer the first one, Brian, before you talk about increasing the credit line, anything existing on your account does not change. So thank you for asking that. If you have a higher limit than $10,000, you will keep that limit, and it will nothing else will be impacted. So that's great. It's great that you have such a high limit. I'm glad that you're able to purchase so much from us.
Yep. And just to piggyback on that, I think I answered it for a few folks in the comments, but reach out to me. I will throw my email address into the chat here. I'm not sure, Tessa, if we have it anywhere in the presentation. It's the world's worst email address, but I think there's a lot of Brian Smiths at Amazon, believe it or not. smthbbb@amazon.com. Please reach out to me after the fact today if you have questions about your credit line and would like to talk about an increase, and I can facilitate to get us where we need to go there.
Great. Thank you, Brian. And thank you, Mark. And Mark, feel free to continue to ask the questions in the chat. I am answering a lot of the questions in the question feature, but I do also notice the chat feature. So very active group. I'll jump in on a few. The payment method for the refund of Prime will be the refund will be sent back to the payment method. So if you paid the Prime subscription with credit card, it'll be sent back to the credit card. This is being paid by Amazon, not by WCA. That was a question as well. If you paid for your Prime subscription with pay by invoice, we will send you a credit memo as at a prorated amount for your refund that you can use to apply to other orders. So this is a really exciting opportunity as a member of WCA to receive. There is, I would recommend everybody to enroll in the enterprise. To one of the questions on the chat, it may you know what? Our system is probably recommending you to the medium plan based on the amount of people you have on your account. But if you have the opportunity to add more people onto your account because WCA has unlocked the unlimited plan to you at no cost, then please do that by all means. That is what, we like to see with this partnership.
And to piggyback on that, Tessa, I agree wholeheartedly. I would select the enterprise plan, and I would recommend that for folks on this call to circle back with me after this call concludes, where we can schedule some time to talk about what this means to your county, right? Obviously, it means up to unlimited users for everyone on this call, but what does that mean for your county? How do we want this to look? And we have resources we can bring in on the implementation side if we do make changes to the account in terms of how it's structured today.
So, Brian and Tessa, there's a question in here, and I know you guys have a lot of them, that talks about I linked our account and then searched for the black toner, which was the example that you gave in the slides. It
Yep.
doesn't show any discount. Do they need to log back out, or why isn't that showing up?
That's great. We have some investigators here. That's awesome. So it takes 7 business days. Our pricing and our pay by invoice fee benefits are not automatic. They do take about 7 business days for the discounts to apply on your account. However, the Prime activation is viewed automatically, and then you have to activate it manually. But pricing discounts are applied on the back end of your account once a week. And so we typically say 7 business days. It captures the entire week. And same for the line of credit. I did see, thank you, Michael. I did see that someone has a free trial with Prime. I would still suggest activating this Prime for free because you'll be captured on the same, you know, on the same time period as WCA, and you'll just continue to extend your ability to have Prime at no cost. Any department within a county is eligible. So if you are a department with your own Amazon business account, you have every right to use these benefits. Click on the link, log into your account, enter the code, and you now have Prime at no cost as well.
Some of the temptation might be to say, well, I already have Amazon Business Prime in my county, so do I really need to do this? Well, the answer is you don't need to, but you should, because by doing so, by engaging in the WCA option, you have access to the special pricing. And as Brian had pointed out in those examples, you're going to get anywhere from 25, 30, 35% discounts on a large basket of goods and services. So even though you have Amazon Business Prime now, going through the WCA option, you will have better pricing on many products and services. So by all means, make the switch. There is no cost and there is many benefits.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I, Mark, to add to that, I just want to offer some, I know we've talked about, it says 1 year in the slides. Tess is talking about 2 years with that. We're really working with Amazon to make this continue on for many, many years. This is not the intent of, sign up now for Paramount or Hulu Plus for 3 months and then your credit card is charged in month 4. That's not what we're trying to do here. This is an opportunity to save money. It's an opportunity for you to have some money refunded back to you. And again, our intent here at WCA is to continue to work with Tessa and Brian and the whole team at Amazon to continue this on for many, many years.
Absolutely. And our Prime team, I actually invited our Prime team to this webinar. I wonder if they joined. But this is just the beginning. Kudos to Mark and Michael and everyone at WCA for being trailblazers with us at Amazon. Um, Wisconsin counties, you have access to the very beginning of multiple years of what Brian said, like a revolution benefit program that we're offering. So this is really, really exciting to be on the forefront of what we're offering our local government customers. And you guys are one of the first, besides some other county associations and other states, to be able to access Prime for multiple years for free.
So Tessa, a couple questions. A couple folks have asked, how does this impact my Prime renewal date? So when someone makes the switch, does their new renewal date become today, or does this keep their legacy subscription dates?
When you switch, and you would need to press the switch button into that new plan, it will change your renewal date. But I would recommend doing that only because on the back end, a year from now, when our Prime team extends you, year over year, it's just, I mean, a little bit more seamless. It really, in theory, doesn't matter because it'll continue to be free. It's just at a different date. But so I would just I would recommend for simplicity purposes to keep it in line with when we're going to be renewing it next year. For example, if you didn't renew, if you didn't click that button, it could put you on a different date. You could get a notification and scare you, which we won't be charging you, but sometimes the notifications pop up. So I would always recommend to still activate that today.
Okay, thank you for that one. And then as far as our folks that may be on an enterprise plan already,
Yeah.
do they
So
have a different process they need to go through?
yes, thank you for the call out, Brian. So anyone already on the largest plan unable to switch into a plan for free, please write to myself. Um, you can CC Brian. I'm going to add in my email here, and I will manually request the refund, the prorated refund to your account. We did that yesterday for Sam and Shelly. And so it's a great way to continue the best of Amazon now with money back. And I did see someone here unable to utilize the code. This does need to be done by the administrator of your account. If you don't know who your administrator is, please feel free to reach out to myself as well and Brian, and we can provide that to you. This only needs to be done one time for each account. Not, every person on the account needs to do this, just one time, and it's by the administrator of the account.
Tessa, I did see a couple folks asking, um, could we go over the steps again to make the switch for Prime? So they've already
Yes.
opted in, right, to the program, but now where do they go to actually make the switch to their Prime?
Okay, great. And Anne Marie, if you don't mind clicking, going backwards in the presentation, we'll hold on to that Prime screenshot page. Exactly, right there. So after you click on the link, you log into your Amazon business account and you enter the code. You can click on Business Prime on the top right of your screen. Sometimes it'll say try Business Prime if you're not already in Business Prime. Make sure to click on it, not hover over it. And then you'll be brought to the plans at $0. If you already are a Prime member, then it's going to show that you're in Prime and you'll need to select Manage Prime Membership. When you are in your Manage Prime membership, you will see what plan you're in. It'll say membership plan. And under that, you can select switch to a different plan. At that case, when you're on the screen, that'll look like this one. You can switch into a new plan for free. I have links to demo videos on all of these examples. There are a few different scenarios if you are not in a business account, if you are in a business account but don't have Prime, if you are in a business account but do have Prime. So I understand, like, for the point of this call, we're trying to keep it as simple as possible, but for you, or many of you, it may have a couple other views on your account than what these screens show. So I'll follow up with some videos for you. Please also reach out to me, and I don't mind joining a call with you, having you share your screen, and encourage you to click through the options. I know sometimes it can be a little bit nerve-wracking, but but it actually is much easier than um, we think it is. So I hope this is helpful. Hmm. So I do see that someone does have an Amazon business account, but you have not been paid Prime. Sometimes, you might actually be on an Amazon business account without Prime. If you are in fact on Prime without being paid, um, you know, that might be a trial or something else. I would still encourage you to go through these steps and receive it through WCA. WCA's benefit to you is the only availability to anyone on this call for multiple years of Prime for free. That makes sense. I see your chat in here, having Amazon Business but not Prime.
Yeah, and I will add, Tessa, there's some questions about the recording of this. And I spoke to Anne Marie. She said that we are planning to post the recording, but we'll also email the recording to members. And
Thank
again,
you.
with any questions, I mean, we've been on this webinar now for 45 minutes. If questions come up, if you have some issues with logging in, you can reach out to Brian, you can reach out to Tessa, you can reach out to me at the association. We're happy to help walk you through this with any questions that you have. We want to make this as easy as possible. And so if you're having any issues, please feel free to reach out to us.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Mark, Michael, Anne Marie, and Michelle, for all of your work and your partnership here. Brian, thank you for leading the charge within Wisconsin counties and Amazon business. We are honored within the greater team at Amazon Business to be working with all of you at Wisconsin counties, all of your departments. This is really exciting to be able to extend some great benefits for multiple years to you. Please reach out to us in an email. A lot of these questions can be handled one-on-one, and working with your account executive is the best way to simplify buying for all of the staff within your county and within your department. So thank you, everyone, and um, happy buying.